this is Keisha here at TradeWithResolve.com, and I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of Trading Essentials. If you're interested in learning basic terminology that comes up when getting involved in the markets, along with trading advice or tips and viewing live day trades, please consider subscribing to the channel. In today's episode of Trading Essentials, I'd like to discuss how many stocks you should consider watching or trading. So this is a question that someone asked me here on YouTube, and I wanted to take a moment to address the question. So how many stocks should you watch or consider trading? Now, if you're brand new to the stock market and you've already invested in your education, you've done your practicing, you've done your paper trading, and now you're ready to go live, I highly recommend starting with just watching 2 or 3 stocks. Why is that? Well, I recommend starting out with 2 or 3 stocks because, one, if you're new to the stock market, you really need to be laser focused. You don't want to be watching 9 or 10 stocks because that's really going to scatter your attention. And if you're still learning, then it's going to be easier to be able to focus on specific patterns and specific setups because you are narrowing down what you are watching. If you're watching too much, again, you're just going to scatter your attention and it truly then becomes a distraction. And that's what happened to me whenever I first started out. I was using a stock scanner and whatever was moving, that's what I was trading. But what I learned over time was, okay, if I can narrow my focus on just a handful of stocks, this is going to really help me really drill down on focusing on specific strategies and setups because I'm only watching a few stocks. So my go-to stocks every day, this is what I'm watching. I typically watch SPY, Apple, and Facebook. Now, I do have about 3 or 4 other stocks that I keep on the back burner should these 3 not present a trade or an opportunity that I'm looking for. If that's the case, then I will look at the 3 or 4 other stocks that I do watch. But typically, most days, SPY, Apple, and Facebook do provide some sort of opportunity. And I trade stock options, so you really don't need to look for a home run trade. If you can look and find a stock that can provide you with a 40 or 50 cents move, when it comes to trading options, that can really equate to some nice percentage gains. And so that is why I tend to stick with SPY, Apple, and Facebook because these 3 have some really good volatility and I've been watching them for quite some time. And the longer that you watch these stocks, you begin to pick up on certain patterns and certain behaviors that they exhibit. And so I really believe that if you can narrow your focus down, it's really going to be beneficial, especially when you're brand new to the stock market or just starting out. Now, as you gain more confidence and consistency, sure, you can go ahead and maybe watch 5 stocks or maybe watch 7 stocks. It's completely up to you. But again, if you're just starting out, my recommendation is to stick with 2 or 3 stocks. Really try to master those stocks. That way, if you're watching the same stocks every day, you're going to be familiar with, levels of support, levels of resistance. You're going to remember those levels from the previous day because you were watching that particular stock. And so as you begin practicing and as you move into trading live, my recommendation is going to be really focus on trading 2 or 3 stocks. I hope you found this video lesson helpful, and in the comments section, let me know how many stocks you typically watch. Are you watching just a handful of stocks, or have you maybe found some consistency with using a stock scanner and trading what is moving at the moment? There is no right or wrong way. This is just my personal preference, and this is what I have come to enjoy. I really like having that consistency and that particular routine. I hope you enjoyed this Trading Essentials video lesson. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.